Hey, what's up everyone? It's Duskmost, and today I'm taking a look at the Ghost pedal from Endorphins and Andrew Huang. Let's check it out. Okay, so in the Signal Colors primer video, I'm taking my first look at the Ghost, a very cool, very capable, very hands-on multi-effect that really focuses a lot on modulation and signal routing. Those being kind of the primary features, and all in all, it just packs a lot in. So first up, it's stereo in and out. You see I got 1/4 inch in and out here, and it's got full DIN MIDI on the back as well, and 1/4 inch expression jack also. There's also a toggle over here for line level or instrument level, so it plays really well with both. And overall, it's just a really cool pedal, even above and beyond the routing and modulation, which I'll go into a little bit more. In fact, I'll do that right now. So for routing, you can see here, you've got a button and you've got these LEDs, and it allows you to switch the order of your distortion, your filter, and then your effects block. So like your reverb and delay. And as you map through these, you can see the little LED switches, and it's just switching the order. So you can get some really different vibes depending on how you stack the effects chain. And for modulation, everything is modulatable. So you can ramp like your decay and your wave shape and all kinds of stuff here. Really cool. You can mess with your delay time or your amount of bit crush, for example. And yes, it has a bit crusher. So I guess that's a good opportunity to talk about the effects that are on board. You've got over here starting, you've got delay with your time control, your repeats, and your level and tone control. And you got your reverb level and decay amount, as well as a secondary tone and pre-delay. And for the reverb, you can switch modes between Hall, Shimmer, Reverse, and Spring just by tapping the reverb mode button. And then jumping over to filter, that's your filter position. And that's also switchable here between low pass, high pass, a band pass, or a comb filter. And you can switch between those modes by holding Shift and tapping. Moving over one, you've got your distortion and tone. That brings us down to the modulation section, where you've got a control button here, and then a speed, rate, or your shape for your different wave shapes of modulation. And kind of on the outer extremities here, you've got volume, but that also doubles up as a bit crush in the shift mode. And over here, you've got your mix control and also your cabinet sim. So for more of like a amp simulator, you've got that option as well. You've also got presets, 9 of them, in fact, which is cool, little grid here. And then a tap tempo, bypass, and your preset switch as well. I'm not going to go super deep into the controls, even though I kind of give you a pretty good rundown right off the bat here. That's just so you have a good foundation. But if you're interested in the Ghost, definitely come back. I'll do a more in-depth video on this, going a little bit further in detail. Just want to give you a quick rundown and some sound examples. So let's go ahead and do that. To start, I always start with my clean pattern. I've got the OPXY, I didn't mention that. Going in stereo, out stereo, kind of mentioned that. Going into the TX6 and then out into the camera. But on the OPXY, I've got a real simple little pattern here. That's what we're working with clean. Let's go ahead and engage the Ghost. Right now, I'm starting out with just the delay on, so let's hear that. You can really hear it's stereo, so it's kind of moving ping pong. You can switch the time up. Get the mix at 50%. Up it just a little bit. You can hear it's kind of tape style. So you get those wobbly, pitch bended delays, which is really cool. can up the repeats if you want to get into some extra weird stuff, some more feedback kind of vibe. Bring it down, keep it nice and tidy. And now the delay goes into the reverb, so the way that kind of works is you can kind of lose your repeats a little bit just by the nature. You'll hear as I kind of up the reverb. It's not that the delay is gone, it just becomes a bit more smeared. It's cool, you can really tailor, embrace some long decay reverb. You can overcome a little bit of that by upping the delay level, backing the reverb level down. You get a little bit of best of both worlds. Right now nothing is being modulated, even though we've got the speed. I don't think I mentioned the rate of modulation when I was talking about that section. I talked about the wave shapes, but maybe I did. We may eventually modulate something, but I'm going to continue going through the foundation here. So we've got the filter, and as you can see, it's in low pass, high pass, so we can go to low pass. And because mix is where it is, you didn't hear too much of a pronounced effect. You can tell that everything's kind of filtered out, I guess, now. Let's go to full wet here. And what's interesting, because the routing, we've got distortion, filter, then effects. So the filtered signal is feeding into the delay and reverb. So we can change the routing if we want the filter to be first. Or maybe better, make filter last. And now it's like a master filter over everything. Again, really pronounced because we've got mix all the way up. Go to more like 65% kind of. Though we don't lose everything. Let's go to 100% again. We'll switch the filter type to bandpass. Kind of got that DJ sort of thinning. Or we go to comb. You get some real wild comb filter sounds. Really nice. Go back to low pass, high pass. And effectively, when you get it right in that 12 o'clock, maybe you can see that where that light flashes, that's when you're right at 12 o'clock. And if you're editing the modulation, that means you've cleared the modulation. But it also lets you know that you've hit a 0 point, which is helpful on something like that. That's a, I guess, bi-directional control. Okay, we'll go check out the distortion now. And we'll probably get a little bit of a volume bump. I've noticed that. Yeah, like it's already kind of driven there. Back the level down a little bit. You can get some really cool distorted sounds all the way up. Because again, we have filter last. Bring that back. High pass it. Pretty cool. We'll go about there. That sounds kind of nice. Up the reverb level a little bit more. Now bring that down now that the reverb tails are getting crispity. Back the decay off a little bit. Let's try a different reverb style. So let's go from Hall Shimmer to reverse. Interesting. Now let's try spring. So we got those metallic, even almost like oil can style. Really good feedback. Could have some fun with that for sure. We'll go back to Hall. I'm gonna up the repeats. Nice. Okay, now let's introduce some crush. So we shift because all these small text options are the secondary controls, so we can introduce some of that. But you can either press and hold to do momentary, or just press and release, and you've got this. It becomes a whole shift panel, if that makes sense. So while we're at it, let's say we like the big crush there. We can tweak the tone of the delay. Tone of the reverb. This is the pre-delay. I want to hear more of the decay, so I'm going to get out of the shift, up the decay, back into shift mode. Say I like it there. Here we can tweak the resonance of the filter. It's not cut off very much right now, but let's say we leave the resonance up a bit, get out of it, and then we'll tweak it. Yeah, you can hear obviously it's way more resonant now. Let's go back, bring that down. Now it's a little bit more normal. Okay, so I'm going to leave it as is. We've got a lot of effects going on right now, but let's tweak the routing so we can hear how the way we stack the effects impacts what we're getting. So let's do that. So this one's pretty cool. I mean, it's the filter first, so filtering the input into the effects, but then distorting all of it. So the distortion will kind of boost up and bring up all those little tiny little repeats and little sparkly bits of the bit crush. Oh, I thought I was messing with the bit crush. I'm messing with the output because I'm not in shift mode. Sounds really cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and modulate something. So we can enter modulation mode, and you can see the panel goes dark up here. That means nothing's being modulated. I said I wasn't going to go into this, but I'm going to go into it briefly. Let's do it with the bit crush. So we have it where it is. Let's train it, or let's change it to... Oh, nope. That's volume. So now we've got a tremolo happening, which is cool. It's doing that because I did enter shift mode. So let's go back. Okay, so there's a light. That means no modulation. I'm going to shift now, and now we're modulating the bit crush amount. Let's go ahead and change the... Oh, that's pre-delay, because I'm in shift. Okay, and with the purple lights, I'm trying to undo this. Get out of this. We'll do it with decay. And there we go. And now you can see this light is jiggling because ramping in and out because we're modulating the decay. Oh, my volume moved. So now I can control the speed. And you can't see that it's modulating the bit crush because it's showing blue for this main panel. But if I go into shift, you can see it's being modulated when you move into shift mode. That's pulsing. You can hear it also, but... And obviously with these effects, it's really pronounced. It's a pretty heavy effect, so you can really hear it and see it. Let's say I want it to do less of that. Kind of move the... Yeah, move the bit crush amount out. That's a pretty crazy effect. We can change the shape of the modulation. We got the sine, move to a saw. Square, so we've got it roll on off. It gets to some pretty high rates too. Depending on the effect, it'll be really pronounced. I got kind of like a sample and hold. So it's jumping around to steady levels. And then we can go to this one, which is random also, but instead of jumping to those levels, it's just smoothly morphing to them. And then you've got an envelope mode, which just reacts off the input. And then speed becomes like a sensitivity, but you can kind of see it reacting to the kick here. But from my experience, when you send it complicated signals, you don't really notice it as much as you do one of the normal LFO modes. sine. We'll go real slow. So you can hear, you can really slow the rate and get really long, nice fades. Too long to demo, but you can hear the bit crush slowly making its way back. There we go. And again, we can tweak the routing. The LFO also would probably, like, depending on what you're modulating, will kind of react differently as well because of how those effects are stacked. Pretty cool stuff. I'm just gonna get real weird with it. Anyways, you can tell, a lot of fun, a lot of freaky sounds you can get if you really max out and start modulating everything and going to town. But there we go. An introduction to the Ghost. A really fun pedal, really creative, really hands-on. You know I like that kind of thing around here. Very cool having all the different effects on board. The fact that it's stereo is great. The routing and modulation capabilities really make it creative and gives you a lot of flexibility. You can keep this really tame too. Like if you just want it to be a delay that you modulate, cool, you've got that. Or just a nice reverb, or just a bit crusher, you know, the list goes on. Pretty cool, you don't have to really engage all of the things at once and do all the craziness if you don't want to. And actually in watching Andrew's launch video for this, he even mentions like there's a tremolo because you can, as I did accidentally, you can modulate the volume. And that's even an effect that's not even on board, but yet you can still do it. So even if you just want a simple stereo, any of these, then this is a really cool option that just so happens you can do all the other stuff and stack them. And yeah, whole lot of fun. Before I go, shout out to Endorphins for sending this out for me to demo and share on the channel with all of you. Super cool of them to do that, and I really appreciate the support. And I truly like their products. And if you're interested in the Golden Master, I've got a number of videos out for that as well. The compressor that they have that really fits this same sort of scheme And if you're in the market for one, they actually just released a black version of it as well if you don't want to go with the silver. Black version of the Golden Master, not of the Ghost. Not yet. We'll see. I don't know if they're going to sneakily release that, but my eyes are watching. All right, well, that's going to be it for me. And as I mentioned, if you're interested in a little bit more in-depth on this, although I actually ended up going pretty deep on this one today, but I will feature it with other synths and some drum machine action. I'll probably do some MIDI syncing maybe and kind of take it to the next level in another video. So stick around or come back for that. But until then, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.